much better.
They still squeak.
Hello and welcome to UMass Beyond the Classroom. I'm your host, Kendrick McDonald, and today we have with us a member of the University Programming Council, a student-run organization on campus that is responsible for putting on your favorite events every year. Here to speak with us is Emily White. Thanks for joining us, Emily.
Thank you for having me.
For viewers who are not familiar with UPC, can you describe exactly what you guys do?
Yeah, sure. Like you said, we put on events around campus. We're a student-run group who basically just put on events for students and faculty and their families around campus. And they're all free events, just sort of alternative activities for people to come to at the end of the week, Friday, Sunday nights, that kind of thing, just kind of relax and hang out. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
How did you particularly get involved with the club?
Yeah, so my sophomore year, I was in a public speaking class, and two students in that class were members of the club at the time, and they had both separately done speeches on the club and made it just seem like a really cool thing to be a part of, and I thought, hey, this seems like something I should join, and that was, 2.5 years ago, and here I am.
Must have been good speeches.
Yeah, yep.
So what has been your favorite moment in the club?
That's a really good question. We've had a lot of moments, I think, in the last couple of semesters. I think it's hard to pinpoint just one. Overall, I think it would be probably like the family mentality that's come out of it. We all get really close because it's all, events are till 10, 11 p.m. at night. We're there from 5 p.m. We spend a lot of time with each other. Mm-hmm. So we get really close. It's just like a tight-knit group of friends and coworkers. That's been really fun to be a part of.
So what kind of events do you host on campus as a club?
Yeah, so we do kind of a wide variety. We hold events. We do movie screenings every Friday and Sunday, which are we do sort of not released on DVD yet, but not in theaters, so pretty current movies. We do those, but we also do things that are called our UMNOs, which are UMass Night Outs, which can range from crafting to comedy nights to gaming, that kind of thing. We try to touch any sort of activity we could think of. We do bowling. We did a bumper cars night one time. So we do a lot of different kinds of events.
That sounds really awesome. Bumper cars.
Yeah.
So UPC is in charge of the spring concert.
We are.
Can you describe what goes into planning such a huge event?
Yeah, a lot goes into it because, like you said, it's a huge event. Yeah. It's one of the biggest events on campus. It's definitely our biggest event as a club. We are in charge of pretty much everything from booking the artists to booking the space, hospitality shopping, so buying all the things that the artists want in their dressing rooms.
Right.
And then myself as the marketing director, I'm in charge of basically all the marketing for it, so making the posters, designing giveaways. We just recently finished shooting our reveal video that we show usually the week we come back after spring break. So that's kind of a fun thing to be part of too. So all the marketing and everything behind the scenes we do.
Absolutely. So how do you go about contacting the artists?
Yeah, that's usually a question that everyone asks. So our advisor gets us in contact with an agent who works with other universities as well. There's a common contact for a couple different big universities, and we go through them, and we kind of just get a list from them of who would be in our price range and who we think we would want to have come to our campus, and basically if they're going to be available in the time that we would want them here, and kind of if that all falls into place, then that's how we end up picking.
Of course. So I know this is on my mind and it's on everyone else's mind, but do the UPC members get to meet the artists backstage?
Yeah, that's kind of a draw that we use to kind of keep retention and have people coming to help out with the concert. We do a group picture with the artists during the show, and it's usually that whole, don't speak to them unless they speak to you kind of thing. And it kind of depends on the artists themselves too. Like Logic, when he came, shook all of our hands and introduced himself to us individually.
Oh my gosh.
And 2 years ago, I stood next to Fetty Wap for the group picture, which was really cool. Sort of a low-key highlight for me. But
that's awesome.
Other than that, there's no really individual interaction with them, but we do get to we see them and everything.
Mm-hmm. So. Now, I know this is top secret information. Mm-hmm. But can you give us any hints as to who we'll see perform?
Yes. Sadly,
this year,
I am not contract, but sort of under oath not to give anything away, and I am the worst liar. So if I tried to give you a hint, you'd probably be able to see right through me and guess who it is. So unfortunately, I could not give you any sort of details on that.
All right. UPC is currently in the process of choosing an act to open for spring concert. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about how you choose that?
Yeah, sure. So we hold a talent show, basically, and we just invite a bunch of student groups, performers, singers, dancers, anything like that. We invite them to come to compete in this talent show, and then the winner of that show is then the opener for spring concert.
Okay. Do you only consider musicians for the winning spot, or?
Nope, the winner is picked basically by votes. We have judges, but also the audience gets to vote. And so that combination of judges and audience votes helps choose the winner, and there's no limitations as to who that winner is going to be. It's basically, we think you did the best as a performer and engaging with the audience, so you're going to be our winner and open for the show.
So how many students do you see that usually come out to the auditions for the UMass Got Talent?
Yeah, that kind of varies. So we do 4 days of auditions usually every year, and we can get anyone from a single singer guitar playing student to bands and duos, and then we also can get these larger dancing groups that have 20, 30 members in them. So we get a wide range of acts every year. So it's hard to pinpoint a specific number because they just range so much every year. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Our colleagues at UVC took a trip to the UMass Got Talent show to catch up on the action. Let's take a look.
What up, y'all? How we doing? How we feeling tonight? We feeling good? We ready to hear some talent today? Come on, I need applause. I need applause. Come on, guys. There we go. I can barely see you guys. So much light. Well, we have a good show for you tonight. This is UMass Got Talent. We got a bunch of talent for you guys. And the winner of tonight, given by our judges over here in the front, I'll introduce them in a sec, will open for a spring concert next week. That's gonna be exciting. Is everyone excited for that? Khalid and Lil Yachty, let's go, okay.
So we started planning this event in the beginning of the semester. This is our UMass Got Talent event, and it is basically a student talent show that the winner gets to open for a spring concert, so it's kind of a big deal for us.
So how does it feel to apply?
Feels pretty wild. Yeah, it's my second year doing it, and I kind of did it last year, like super excited and woo. I actually started singing for people when I was 8. I did a show with my dad at a local talent show. So I've been singing for audiences since I was 8, but in college, definitely the doo-wop shop, my a cappella group, has been the biggest musical thing that I do. And I think that might be all this whiskey and a rum.
Basically, we had auditions back in February, and we narrowed that down to 8 acts, and those are the 8 acts that performed today. And we had an audience vote and 4 judges who are part of the UMass Amherst campus community, and basically the audience vote counted as 1 judge, and they went and deliberated, and Mike Spector won, so it's very exciting.
So when did they start doing this? When did they start putting student performers to open for professionals?
This has been happening longer than I've been at UMass. I'm only a sophomore, so I'm not sure, but I know that this has been going on for a while.
Where it's only me.
need someone. Thanks so much, guys.
Well, that looks like so much fun. When will you guys decide on a winner?
The winner will be picked the end of the show that night. There's a judging and audience members get to vote as well. So once that's all tallied up, they'll pick the winner that night and announce it then.
Okay. Are there any front runners that you have your eye on?
I don't want to say any names. There are a few that I think could maybe be at the top, but we had all the acts are really, really great this year, so it's hard to just pick one single act, but
Of course.
yeah.
So tell us, when and where is the spring concert?
Yeah, so the spring concert, this year, like every year, it's going to be hosted down at the Mullins Center where, you know, basketball and hockey and all that stuff happens. And it's going to be Sunday, April 15th, and luckily there is no class the following Monday, so people can kind of recover, sleep a little later after having a fun night at the concert the night before.
That is
so.
super nice.
Yes.
Awesome. That will attract a lot more students.
Exactly, yeah.
For students who are interested in being more of a part of UPC, where can they go to get more involved
Yeah,
on campus?
absolutely. We're always looking for more people to come hang out with us and plan the events. So all of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, any of those, reach out to us via those if you want to. Email us, umass.upc@gmail.com, or even just come into our office. We have an office down in the Student Union. Across from the hatch is where we're located, and there's usually somebody there hanging out that'll answer any questions you might have and help you get more involved.
That's super convenient. Why not get involved?
Exactly,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks
Joining
again
us
for
today.
having me. Yeah.
Absolutely. And thank you for tuning into this episode of UMass Beyond the Classroom. We'll see you next time.